the arse intended to...
All right, welcome to this live stream, our continuing journey through the Beatles. We got the first really great album from the Beatles, Hard Day's Night. This is like the one people are like, yeah, when they think Beatles at the height of Beatlemania, A Hard Day's Night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, money can't buy you love, but it can buy you a copy of The Hard Day's Night.
Background information.
The first Lennon-McCartney album. They're all Lennon McCartney songs, no cover songs, which is really nice, when you get to it. And Lennon especially, really, I feel like he sings most leads, I think, on this album. And it felt like he did a lot of the writing on this album. So, man, you have to give a lot of kudos to John Lennon. Like, he was the mastermind behind this album, I feel like. And because I think they had to write it pretty fast. They're like, hey, we're making a movie. You need to write songs for the movie. So I think they're like, all right, they doubled down and like got together, Paul and John, and just start hitting these things out. And I mean, how do you do that and hit all these good songs? I don't know. It's just they're masters at a young age. They're masters at writing good pop, catchy songs. They knew how to do it, and they did it in this album. And that's why it's so beloved, I think, by Beatle fans.
It's been a hard day's night. It's been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I couldn't help it on that one. The title track, which opens the album and it opens the movie.
Opens the movie with them running.
All right, Jason, the floor is yours.
Yeah, them running with the screaming girls, and one of them trips. I forget which one, Ringo or somebody trips and gets back up. And Phil Collins is in the crowd too, as well, in that movie.
Phil Collins was probably like, "Oh, that Ringo can play the drums. Oh boy, I'm gonna play the drums like Ringo."
Yeah, obviously it's the arguably the biggest song on the album. It was a #1 hit, I believe, for them. And one of the most iconic Beatles songs. That's why, of course, good opener to the album. It's funny. I think it was one of the last songs maybe written for the album, because they didn't have a title for the album. And then I think I hear like it was like Ringo or somebody said, "Oh, it's been a hard day," and they looked outside. And it was nighttime. It wasn't daytime. He said, "It's been a hard day," and he looked up and said, "Night." And they do that a lot, where Ringo makes up this sentence and then John uses it for songs. Like, I like that. The lyrics aren't like the best, I think. Like, it's been a hard day's night. I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I'll be sleeping like a log. It's like not the best lyrical stuff, but it's just a fun song and it's the right opener for the album.
Fun is exactly how I would describe this album. From that first strum of that guitar chord, that oh-so famous guitar chord, that nobody knows what the heck it is. It's just A Hard Day's Night. It's super catchy. Oh, you just want to sing along to this whole album. And I love the production on this song, George Martin's production, because whenever we get to George Harrison's guitar solo, which is amazing, that boom, there's like several different guitars layered on top of each other, and the piano plays the same thing at the same time. So, really interesting production on this song. The cowbell, the piano, the guitar. It's an amazing song.
I agree. It's a great opener. Yeah, I can't. How can anyone not like this song? It's just like iconic. Every time I listen to the song, I think about the iconic album cover. I really like the interchangeableness of like Paul and John, like John singing like the main of it, and like Paul with the "When I Get Home." It's a great song. Early childhood favorite, and this song holds up really well.
Right. Yeah, this is an amazing way to open the album. Also, an amazing way to open the movie as well. This is, I think, one of the most iconic Beatles songs for a reason. It's very singable. I like the alternating vocals between John on the chorus and the verse, and then Paul on the confounded bridge. Thank you. Let's welcome. There's the bridge. The Beatles had it. I love the guitar work on this song, the solo that you already mentioned, Scott, from George Harrison. This is one, when I listened to it, I was singing along to this one. That's one of my favorites on the album. So yeah, Hard Day's Night, great start. We follow that up with a song called I Should Have Known Better, which is the song the Beatles sing when they're on the train compartment.
I was cooked right at the beginning with that harmonica. Dun, 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 dun. Like, I love that. And then I love how it's like, dun, 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 dun. Then it goes right into John. I should have known. Like, the way he holds out that note, his voice is so good there. I just love that first line of, I should have known better to. It's just a great melody, very catchy. It's like the Beatles at their best when they write these really nice, catchy songs that it's so fun to listen to. It's great.
Yeah, I love the harmonica intro on here. And then Jason was talking about how he just enters with it. But I really like the when I tell you that I love you. Oh, that's a really, really interesting chords that they use right there. That kind of little bridge section. When I ask you to be mine. Lots of good high notes on this one.
High notes.
You're gonna say you love me too. Yeah, another song that I just can't help but just belt out at least part of it.
This song's amazing. The harmonica part. I think this is better than the first track.
Oh wow!
The song has always been earworm. When I first heard the song, I'm like, this song's amazing. I didn't have the movie to accompany with me. I heard just the album at first, but yeah, I remember that when they were playing the cards and all that. Such an iconic scene.
Yeah, I think this is another amazing song on this album. This has a great harmonica part in it, which John Lennon did that. He did a great job on that. This is John Lennon's song all the way, and I think, Jason, you mentioned John Lennon probably contributed to most of this album, particularly on when we get to side 2. But this is a great John-led song. Sings his heart out on it. Very catchy. Great singing along to. I don't really have much to add. It's another great song on this awesome album. That leads into our next song. I would say this is the first ballad on the album. And it's a song called If I Fell, which is also in the movie, I think, during one of the recording scenes of the movie.
Yeah, they're getting ready to rehearse for the show that they're doing.
Yeah.
And John starts with let's sing him a song or something like that. I think if I remember right, that's If I Fell. And you go right into that song, and you're like, oh my God, this is so good. This is I love this song. This is one of my favorite Beatles songs. It's one of the best harmonies I think they've ever done. Like, the harmonies are just amazing. That's why I love the Beatles, is the great harmonies that they have with this one. And Paul and John, sound so amazing together. Paul hitting the higher notes and John hitting the middle notes. You really get more ballads on this one than we've gotten on the first 2 albums. I think they're kind of progressing. And Paul, of course, is going to be known for his ballads, so he's going to be starting to hit those ballads here, which I love. It makes it a more dynamic group, as far as that goes.
I love this song. Just starting out with the intro, it's just John at the beginning with a few guitar strums here and there. But as soon as he comes in with, if I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true? Help me understand. 'Cause I've been in love before, and I found that love was more. And then, the Mad Lads modulate the key right there within the first 15 seconds of the song. Why? I mean, I know they're not they can't read music, but
right.
John Lennon's mind was built different with music, because he can't read music, but he has all these weird key changes and time signature changes. And you ask him, and he'll just say, "Oh, that's just how I heard it." Oh man, the guitar playing from George is also very good on here with its little fills, the little descending things like the doo 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 doo. I really like this song. It's very good. A lot of the songs on this album have what you would probably call the Leninized view of love, where I'm quoting "Imagine the jealous guy" thing. It's like, she broke my heart, don't you break my heart like her, or whatever. And now I'm gonna make her cry because you're with me, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
There's definitely at least 2 other songs that are kind of like that on this album.
It's a really good song. 3 for 3. Again, the song is better than the last 2 songs. It's just an awesome song. It's beautiful. My the Beatles are easily my top 5 favorite artists in terms of harmonies. They're up there. My favorite will always be the Hollies, but the Beatles will never cease to amaze me. Their harmonies are so good. They just know how to do good harmonies. That's probably I love at the end where it's like, and our love was in vain, but one of them kind of
Oh yeah, when Paul has a voice crack.
and,
Yeah.
and then you can hear they're kind of out of breath, which is, I think that adds it. I think some people might be like, that's not good. I think the imperfection sort of adds to the human nature to the song. If I fell in love,
This is another great song on the album. I actually, when I listened to it again, I forgot how great this song is, because it's one where I listened to it, I'm like, oh yeah, this song's really good. But then I heard it again when preparing for this stream. I'm like, this song is amazing, especially the harmonies between John and Paul. It reminded me a little bit of, I think even John, when he recorded this, he was trying to create an Everly Brothers type song. And when listening to it, I'm like, okay, I think they took All I Have to Do Is Dream, did their own spin on it, and in my opinion, made an even better rock song, rock and roll ballad, pop ballad, whatever you want to call it. And it's another great song. Let's just say, I will say this now. I think side 1 is stronger than side 2.
Yeah.
And all the songs that are in my top 5 are in side 1. And this one is definitely a contender for one of the best songs.
Mm-hmm.
And that ties us into our next song. This is the only song that's not sung by Lennon or McCartney.
Yeah.
This is the one George Harrison led song on the album. It's a song called I'm Happy Just to Dance With You.
Going again, this is all Lennon McCartney songs, but they give George one here, which is nice. Ringo doesn't get any songs, unfortunately, on the album. And it seems like kind of just a throwaway song, because it's just a song about, dancing with somebody. I want to dance, so it's very simple-minded in that sense of just, let's, write a song just about, I'm happy to dance with you, But it's actually not bad. I actually kind of like the song. The more I've listened to it, the more I've kind of grown on me over time. It's not one that I go back to very often on the album, but when I hear it, I was like, yeah, this is a fun song. I think George does a good job with it. I'm enjoying it.
This is definitely my least favorite song on the first side. I like it. It's just
Yeah.
It's just kind of there. The highlight is definitely George's rhythm guitar playing that he's doing on this song while he's underneath him singing the boom ba-dum boom 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 ba-dum boom ba-dum boom. And Ringo's drumming is the other thing. Ringo's drumming is really good on this song.
This is an okay song. George's voice is still a little troublesome. His voice is it's probably the best out of the first 4 albums, because he really gets off on the deep end on the next album.
Yeah.
Certain song where everybody's trying to love him. This song,
We're getting there.
this song, and another song on this side, I've never been the biggest fan of. One of them's gonna be it might not be a shock, but it's gonna be a shock. But yeah, it's an okay song.
That's why I'm glad I'm going to be talking first.
Yeah, this is not only is this my least favorite song on side 1, but it's actually my least favorite song on the whole album. I will get that out of the way.
Okay.
I would say it's the most mediocre song on the whole album. And I think a lot of the big problem I have with this song, I'm going to have to say George's vocals. It doesn't really stand out.
If John sung on this song, it would be a lot better.
I agree. If John or Paul led this song, I think it would have been a lot more memorable. But just because George Harrison is singing this song, I think the delivery sounds phony, and it just is an uninspiring Beatles track.
Mhm.
Next, we got a Paul McCartney track, and it is "And I Love Her," which is another song that they did during, I think, one of the rehearsal scenes.
Yeah, they're actually rehearsing, and yeah, it's mostly just spotlighted on Paul McCartney singing, really on in the movie. Such a good highlight of Paul and what he does best with these kind of ballad songs like this. This is kind of like a precursor to Yesterday. Once we get there, it's like pure Beatle ballad. This is like the best they've done so far, and Paul.
This boy, that's a good ballad, but it's
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
This Boy's a great ballad. I love that ballad as well. But yeah, Paul really shines on this song. Great vocals, I think, by him. And I love the guitar playing, and I love George comes in, bum 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 bum. It's simple, but I love that note. Those notes like sound so great together. And I love that George comes in like on second verse something like that and starts playing like these high like picking notes, bum 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 bum. And Paul didn't. That wasn't in Paul's mind. George just came up with that when Paul was writing the song, and Paul's like, "Yeah, great, play that." That sounds great. So I love the two acoustic guitars together, Paul and George playing acoustic guitars. Kind of somewhat unique, I almost want to say, to what they've done so far, and it sounds great. I even love that little solo. It's simple, but it's so good, and it's easy to play. Like anybody can play it if you play the guitar. I don't know. I just love it all. This is a great ballad.
Yeah, this song is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I love George's guitar intro. George is playing a nylon classical guitar, and then Paul is singing on this. And this is really where Paul is just gonna like romance the girls on this song here. Like if you want a song, you just want to sing to your girl.
Yeah,
This is a good one. But beautiful melody. I love just kind of the laid back feel of it. Young me listening to the Red album for some reason thought this song was boring. I don't know how, but I've come to appreciate it as I've grown older. It's amazing, and I love. Jason was talking about the solo. Like whenever we get to that, there's like a key change, and then the solo comes in, and yeah, it is kind of easy, but like I don't know, something about the simplicity of it makes it better. If that makes sense. And then it comes back again, and then we got bum 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 bum, and then usually when it goes to the bum bum bum, Paul plays a minor chord on the rhythm, but then the last time he switches it to a major chord. It's like bum 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 bum. Ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum dum bum bum ba-dum dum bum and makes it kind of a happier sound at the end.
This is an okay song for me. I will say the guitar part in the beginning is very iconic. I will say the part where Paul like I like how like the song is like it's cool that it's like all like double track, but then like there's like a part where it's not double track. I think that's like probably the most memorable thing about it besides the intro. But I don't know, it's not a song that I really go back to that often. It's good. I mean, like if you play it to me, I like this song may or may not be in my essential Beatles list. Like I'll listen to it and enjoy it, but like compared to the other songs on the sound, it's just okay.
Yeah, I think this is another great song. At one point, I thought this was going to be in my top 5 on the album, but some of the other tracks I think knocked it down a little bit, especially some of the songs on side 2, which I'd never heard before. But I still think it's a really great ballad. I think If I Fell, I think is a much more beautiful song in my opinion. But I do like the simplicity of the song. The guitar work is great. Paul sings very well in the song. I even like the minimalistic percussion that Ringo does on the song.
Yeah.
Which I think adds to the charm of the song. I don't think, like I said, it's not as good as If I Fell, but still a really good ballad from the Beatles. All right. Our next track is Tell Me Why. And this, if I'm not mistaken.
Tell me why.
No, it's not that. Tell Me Why. This is in the movie, if I remember correctly, it was one of the songs they sung live at the end of the film. And they actually sung "She Loves You" in the movie as
Yeah,
well.
they also,
It's not even in the soundtrack.
yeah, which is interesting. Yeah,
Wouldn't
the
that be
last part
interesting if
was
that's the album that song was on?
it's like a mini concert at the end where you're just enjoying the Beatles
Yeah.
playing, and you're like, oh, it's a Beatles concert now.
And young Phil Collins said, "I want to be that."
That's what I want to do.
I want to be like Ringo
There you go.
and sing better than Ringo.
There, John. Yeah, I'll tell you why. This song is another great rockin' song. Really nice, kind of fast paced, catchy. I love that. Tell me why you cried. Oh, so good. The harmonies there. Why you lie to me? Bum bum. Tell me. Vocals are just amazing. It's a catchy, fast paced song. Yeah, it's another just great Beatles song.
Yeah, there's great harmonies on this song. I love Ringo's drums at the beginning, and like every time right before they get back into the "Tell Me Why," it's like.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my favorite part of this song, it comes out of nowhere, where like you got to the main part where it's like, "Tell me why," and then we get to the I'm thinking on my bended knees, and just listen to my plea. And my favorite part is the there's nothing that I can do. I'm just like, where did that come from? Like, what? Why and how did you come up with that? Like, it's very out of left field, and I love it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's like nothing that I can't help. I'm so in love with you.
Yeah.
And then that drums again.
That's great.
This is a great song on the album. I mean, great way to pick it up after the last two songs. This
Right.
is cool. Like the harmonies on this, like again, just the harmonies, like that. The harmonies, like again, top notch. Like I don't think very rarely. I mean, there is one song in this album that proves otherwise, but very rarely do the Beatles like not do good harmonies on the song. Very rare. But yeah, this song is amazing. It's one of those earworms for sure.
Yeah, this is another amazing song on this album. It's one of the catchiest on the album for sure. I love the harmonies on this track and the very singable chorus. Tell me why you cry and why you lie to me. I don't really have much more I can add. This is another fantastic song. Love it. And then we inside one with, I would argue, I think, Jason, you mentioned this already. I would say this is the most iconic part of the movie where the Beatles are just running around, goofing off, trying to take a break from recording and rehearsing and being stalked by girls and stuff. So they're just out
on
in
the
this.
fire escape.
Yeah, they go down the fire escape and they just play around. Goof off. Can't buy me love. That's the song we're talking about.
Yeah. Can't Buy Me Love, kind of Paul's big rock song on the album.
Yeah.
Again, this is with the Hard Day's Night. It's two biggest songs on the album as far as both were number one hits for them. Yeah. So this definitely was really popular on the charts. Yeah, it's a nice rock song, very fast paced again. Not as good, I think, as like Tell Me Why or Hard Day's Night, I think, but still, it's a solid Beatles song. Yeah, and what can you not like about that title? Can't Buy Me Love, no, 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 no. We'd all would love to buy love, maybe, but you can't buy it. You have to earn it.
So, you want to hear something funny, Jacob, that you're going to be like, oh no, not again. This is another song that Alvin and the Chipmunks covered on that CD.
Oh no!
Don't worry though, because I was
their version of "She Loves You."
It's bad, but yeah, no, I quickly found the Beatles version and left old Alvin in the dust. But I love this song. Man, where do I begin with this? We already talked about the iconic scene where they're going down the fire escape and then they roll around in the dirt and just have fun. I like the there's like two sections. Like the verse is more like a boom 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 boom, kind of straightforward, like they have different feels. The verse and the chorus have kind of different feels because the chorus is like the boom doom 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 doom. And then you got the verse like the boom 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 boom. And he's using lots of seventh chords, which adds that kind of dissonant sound, like the bum, da, ba, da, da. And then you got the guitar solo, which is amazing. I love the guitar solo. And then there's like a little bleed through from a deleted guitar solo that you can hear kind of in the background, like. And then he comes back in. I've always loved the guitar solo on this song, but I think it's a very good vocal performance from McCartney as well. Catchy as heck, like super duper catchy. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me. Yeah, Ringo's got some good drumming on this song as well.
Hate to break up the positive train on this one. I do not care for this song. It's another one of Paul's goody good two shoe songs.
Good.
Just like, oh, you can't buy love, like you can't date him. He buys your love. Money can't buy you love. Like, it's okay. I mean, it's not garbage. I'm not gonna. It's not the catchphrase garbage, but
still better than Till There Was You, right?
Oh yeah, Till There Was You was awful.
I think it's just a great catchy song, amazing guitar work. Paul McCartney does some incredible stuff vocally on this album. It's surprised none of you guys mentioned what I think is the best part on this whole album is where Paul McCartney does this scream before the guitar solo, where he's like,
"Oh yeah."
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I do like the message of the song too, because you can.
I mean,
there is do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with money, but if you don't have the love to back it up, your relationship is nothing.
I'll say this: like, there's a song on this album I really don't like, but it's not this song.
Does it have to do with the cows?
Yeah, it has something to do with the cows.
Well, that's it with side one. If you own a record of this album, that's when you flip it. And we go into side two. The first song on side two is the first of 5 John Lennon led songs. This is the album of John Lennon, especially when you get to side two.
Yes.
So I hope you're a John Lennon fan if you own this album or listen to this album. But anyway, the first song is Anytime at All.
Anytime at all.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think it's a really good song. It's another really great rock song. John's vocals are just great, you know. Yeah, and it's got put there. That I think the highlights that drum. Bum. Anytime. I just love how it hits, and then you hit him really hard with that. Anytime at all. Like John's vocals, so good on that. And even the guitar, bum 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 bum. Anytime at all. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. And even the verses are pretty good. They're a little lower key, but then it kind of crescendos back into the chorus. Yeah, it's not the most memorable song, but I think it's really still a just really solid rock song for the Beatles.
I like this song. I like the chromaticism of it, especially on the guitar solo with that piano in the background. It's like the no 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 no, or like the part where it's like, if you're feeling sorry and sad, boom boom. It's like the chords are just like descending chromatically at that part. And then I'm gonna go off what Jason said. The anytime at all. That always gets you.
Yeah.
It's really good. and you always got to say anytime at all.
Anytime at all.
Anytime at all.
This is another song I don't really go back to that much. It's another song I don't really care for, like in the Beatles, like
Right.
in terms of like the broader picture. That's what I meant to say with "Can't Buy Me Love." Like in like the broader picture, like as a whole, like in the context of the album, like it's good. Like these two songs are good, but like if I'm comparing it to their discography, like these two songs, I don't really care to really go back to that much. It's just another one. It's just like, well, it's like one of those like forgettable songs. Really, it's just like the same monotonous thing. Really.
Just take it or leave it.
Yeah, I really like this song. When I was doing research, I think John Lennon said when he wrote this song, he wanted to try to recreate "It Won't Be Long" on "With the Beatles," but to where he screams more. And I think he pulled that off, and I think this is a better version of that previous song. So I don't really have much to add. I do think it has a very catchy chorus. Like, anytime at all. Anytime at all. Yeah, it's one of the better songs on side B. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and that leads to our next song, "I'll Cry Instead."
All right. This is the weak section of the album, I think. When you get the song, next couple songs, kind of the weak ones where this one, yeah, it's one of those that I don't know. It's one I don't really care that much about. It's not one I ever really go to. Like I said, it's a part where I kind of not pay attention to the album and wait for, towards the end. There's some good songs here, but I don't know. This has never been one I've been crazy about.
Well, I like it. I think it's good. I like that boom, 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 boom. I like that guitar part with Ringo's drumming. It's kind of got like a frantic feel to it. Billy Joel likes the song. He plays it live sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
This is another one of those Lennonized songs, Lennonized romance songs, where it's like, some girl broke my heart, so as soon as I can gain my composure, I'm going to go break a girl's heart just because.
Yeah. I'll cry. Make her cry.
Yeah. It's another song I really don't care about.
Okay.
This one's like really on the bottom of the list. Like the last two songs, like it's like they're good for what they are, but like this song, it's like so boring. Like I don't know, it's just like this. Like after hearing that this was like a kind of a like they had to write all these songs for the movie. Like the song, like some of the songs on the second side shows the rushingness in it. It's fine. Like it's not bad, but it's like, you know, it's like after you listen to songs like "If I Fell" and "I Should Have Known Better," you know, it's like kind of a letdown.
I feel like I might be in the minority on this one because I thought this was a great track.
Okay.
I like the rockabilly style on this song. Reminded me a bit of early Elvis when listening.
Yeah.
To it.
Oh, you said one of them sounded like Elvis. It must be the one.
Yeah, this one is the one that reminded me of Elvis. Was this song? I could see Elvis recording this song, and I'm sure he would have done great on it. But John Lennon channeling Elvis, I thought was pretty cool. This song's probably a little edgier because it does get a little mean near the end of the song. Where it's like, oh, if I find somebody else, I'm gonna break her heart. But I do like the hook of this song. You know, "I'll Cry Instead" with like the rockabilly style. I think it's one of the best songs on side 2.
Okay.
All right, and then our next song, the one and only Paul McCartney song on side 2. This is "Things We Said Today."
Yeah, this is another one I never really cared for on this album. It's not one I ever go back to and listen to. It's one that I forget that even exists until I listen to the album. I go, oh yeah, this song, and I don't know, it just never caught me. The melody, the instrumentation, the vocals never really did much for me on this one.
I might be in the minority on this one. I actually really like this song. It's It's a very good Paul McCartney song. I like the chord choices that he uses, more chromaticism used in this one as well. It's kind of got a haunting feel to it, especially with that chorus where it finally goes to a major chord, but then it starts getting kind of eerie again, like the do 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 da da da. I do like that. It's kind of like playing with the major and minor sounds. I do like that about the song as well.
Do I agree with Jason and think this is another weaker song on the album, or do I agree with Scott? I'm gonna agree with Scott.
Really?
The song's amazing.
Okay.
I love this song. This song, me and Scott will be fighting off all the haters of this song. I love this song. I love the change at the me. I'm just a lucky guy. It's like, I love that song. This song always stuck out to me when I first heard it, and this is an earworm. I love this song. Which is, I'm glad Scott really liked it too, because when Scott's like, it might be in the minority, I'm like, nope, you're not. You are not the minority. I love it.
All right. So we got Jason who doesn't care for it. We got Scott and Nick who really like this song. I'm in the middle on this one. I think the song is okay. I do like the guitar work on this song. I like the overlapping vocals that Paul does on the song where he's pretty much harmonizing with himself. I thought that was pretty cool. But aside from that, lyrically, the song doesn't really stand out to me. It's still better than the George Harrison track, but I do think it's one of the weaker songs on the album.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm with you.
All right. Okay, we're down to 3 songs. They're all John Lennon. The next song is a song called When I Get Home.
Yeah, this is another one. This is the third song in a row where I'm just like, I'm not into this song. It's not one of my favorite Beatles songs. I think the album, like these are the 3 weakest tracks on here. It's all on side 2. Side 1 is like basically perfect up to this point, and then I don't know. It's another one. I think you'll get to. This is the one with the lyric, right?
I'm gonna love her till the cows come home.
Yeah, not a great line.
I love her more till I walk out that door.
Come on, I don't know. It's just compared to all the great songs, but I have to say this: like you're writing 13 songs on an album. They're not all going to be, If I Fell. You can only have one of those on here, and so it doesn't. It's not the worst song, but it's like, you have to have some weak songs in order to have the great songs, and to me, one of the weak songs.
That's fair.
Yeah, this is the song that I would gladly trade for I Call Your Name. This song seems like it would go better on that EP with the other songs that aren't so great, and I Call Your Name sounds better on this album with all good songs. It's very uninspired, unlike the rest of the album, and I'm not gonna let that lyric pass. I'm gonna love her till the cows come home. Who's like, yo, you know what? We know what we're gonna put on this album. You know what? It's a really smart lyric. I'm gonna love her till the cows come home.
I'm pretty sure that line's in a country song somewhere.
Probably.
Yes. It does not fit in a Beatles song. And it's like, come on, get out my way. I got something that I really want to say to her.
Well, maybe Ringo should have redone this song on his country album.
Yo, you know what? Maybe they should have had Ringo sing this song.
They should have Ringo.
I would probly like this song a lot better if Ringo sang it.
Come home.
I can see him going, whoa, whoa,
whoa.
I've got a whole lot of things I want to say to her. Okay. Have Ringo sing this song.
Yeah.
I would not say that about very many Beatles songs. This one was a missed opportunity for Ringo. I'd have liked it a lot better if Ringo sang it.
Yeah, this song is horrible. It's like it's a crappy song. It's catchphrase garbage. It's awful. Yeah. I'm like, I will say I wanted to give this album a 9 out of 10 at least, but you have 4 songs I think are just okay. Then you have a bad song like this. I'm like, it's gonna really affect the score.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this song is awful. It's like I'm like this is what this is like my biggest pet peeve on the Beatles is like they have to like go over 12 songs on the UK albums. I'm like, there's no reason why. It's like
I
you have
know.
like my favorite band, The Who. You got like 12 great tracks. You don't have like that one like filler track that like stands out. It's like the Beatles. I don't know why they just had like this knack for like making like 13, 14 songs, and I'm like, when you make that many songs, you're prone to making crappy songs like this.
Well, I don't think this song is horrible. I don't even think it's the worst song on the album. I still think the George song is worse. This is my second to least favorite song on the album, I would say.
I
But
wanted
yeah, that one line is kind of crazy. The more we talk about it, it didn't really stick out when we were when I was listening to it, but I remember that line. I'm like, go to number two. All right, we got two more songs. The next one, I'm hoping we're gonna be more positive on these last two songs because we got some cowbell going on, and you can't do that. It's the name of the song.
Yep, you can't do that. This is a really underrated song on the album. I think it's a hidden gem. I remember when I first listened to the album. Yeah, you get to that towards the end, and you hear that the song comes on, and that guitar comes in, and John's vocals, and you're like, man, this is like a song that nobody talks about. It feels like it's almost a hidden track because it's so far back, it's so buried back into the album that you forget about it, and then you're like, oh man, this is so good. Like, I think yeah, his vocals are amazing. I think it's one of the better rock songs on the album. Like, I think you can't buy me love. I want to say maybe the biggest rock song here, or Hard Day's Night, but this song really rocks too. I would say. I think the guitar, maybe some of the best guitar work of the whole album. I think on this song, I think there's a really good guitar part here, and I even like some of the harmonies of, and everyone agrees, I'm the one that wants your love. Bum 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 bum. Like, yeah, I love how they come in with those harmonies there. It's a little bit of a harsh song. It seems like he's being a little bit harsh to this individual, um, a little authoritative, but yeah, it's a really nice rock song.
Is this song a little chauvinistic?
Yeah,
Yes.
a little chauvinistic.
But it's the 60s, so it gets the pass.
And people getting Stupid Girl by the Rolling Stones crap.
Yeah, no, this song is a lot more chauvinistic than Stupid Girl.
This one's a lot harsher, I would say, than Stupid Girl.
Yeah. But musically, the guitar riff is amazing. I love the cowbell, and Jason was talking about the harmonies. I think this actually might be in my top 5. We're gonna have to find out though. But it's probably one of the best rock songs on the album.
Okay, yeah.
This song is amazing. Yeah, like arguably the worst song on the album, and then like in my opinion, you get to like in my opinion, the best song on the album. So like,
Wow.
It takes like a 360 in terms of quality. Like you get like the worst song, but then they're like, here's the best song just to bring us back to quality. And well, this song and another song are kind of tied for number 1, but I'll talk about that when we do our top do our top 5.
I don't know if I'd go as far as to say this is the best song on the album. And I already commented, yeah, if you dissect the song lyrically, I'm like, John's a little harsh.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, he's a little harsh. He's like,
yeah.
I don't care about the guy you're talking to. I think it's a sin. I'm like, well, what if it's just a good friend that she has no interest in romantic wise? Like, quit jumping the gun, John. You do that with Yoko? Come on.
And it's not even about that he's worried that you're gonna cheat on him or nothing. It's about that all of his friends are laughing at him because she's toxic.
Yeah. But no, I don't hate the song. I think it's got a great production to it. John sings really well on the song, and then you got the cowbell, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Probably Ringo's best percussion work on this album is the cowbell, because he plays the crap out of that thing. Probably more so than the cowbell and Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. But yeah, I enjoy this one. I don't think it's as good It's not. I don't think it's top tier.
Mm.
Still a really good song. One of the better songs on side 2, I would say.
Yeah,
Even though
definitely.
it's a little mean.
I'd say the best song on side 2.
Yeah. Well, we're down to the last song, and it's "I'll Be Back."
I'll be back.
Probably inspired Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There to
Terminator. I'll be back.
This is another very underrated song. I think it's a really great song. One of my favorite on the album, actually. Yeah, another hidden gem that no one ever talks about on the second side, and it's not in the movie. But I always really love this when I get to this. I love the bum bum bum, and again the harmonies are great. You know, if you break my heart, I'll go, but I'll be back again. Bum bum bum. And yeah, it's just a really great sounding song. It's more softer, more, I don't know if you want to call it a ballad, but it's definitely, you have the really great rock song before this, and then you end it with this really great, more softer song. Yeah, I think it's a great closer.
Yeah, this is a really great song. Probably my second favorite on the second side. It's between that and Things We Said Today. I love how they're playing around once again with major and minor sounds. Like they're using the same chord, but they go bow do do bow, and they'll play the minor version, then bow do do bow, and then it's the major version of it. John and Paul's harmonies are very good on this song. You know, if you break my heart, I'll go, but I'll be back again. And I like I guess you'd call that the middle 8 is what they call it. I never will realize. Although I found a mistake in the song. So like the words are usually like, you know, if you break my heart, I'll go, and then you could find better things to do. But then at the end, they accidentally say, you, if you break my heart, I go, which doesn't rhyme. So I found that was interesting. They left that in.
Yeah.
I think this song's amazing. Another one of the best songs on the album. I agree with Jason. The song's really underrated.
Okay.
Well, most people, like when they think of Hard Day's Night, they think, you know, of the title track. You know, Can't Buy Love, Money Can't Buy Me Love. You know, but like I think this like this and you know, in my opinion, the two best songs on this album are they go back to back. The last two songs, Can't Do That and I'll Be Back. It's just like, you know, it's just like the Beatles at all 4 cylinders on those 2 songs.
Yeah. Well, this isn't my favorite song on the album, but it is my favorite song on side 2. I think this is a fantastic album closer, appropriately titled. I like the folksy influence the song has. The harmonies on this song are absolutely amazing. It's great when you got John and Paul singing together, but when you add George along with it, it's like this beautiful blend of sound that just makes for a very memorable song. And there's some really unique time changes on this song too. I noticed, like the song's mostly in 4, but there's other parts where it's like in 2 when it transitions from like the bridge to the chorus. I'm like, okay, that was kind of ahead of its time there. That was pretty cool. I guess this is early signs of the Beatles starting to experiment a little bit, and we'll get to see that later on. I think this is a really good song. Great way to close the album. And that's a wrap on A Hard Day's Night. We've covered all 13 songs on this album. Before we share our rankings, what is everybody's top 5s? And if you have any honorable mentions, feel free to share those as well.
Do you know why there's not 14 songs on this album?
No, I don't know why there's 14.
Because there's songs on every album.
There doesn't need to be.
I'm so glad there wasn't 14 songs on this album. I mean, it should have been 12 songs.
Unless the 14th song is I Call Your Name.
Yeah, that would have been a good 14th song.
Well, they're going to do a 14th song, but Ringo got sick, and so they had to.
Oh, with the
they were in the box probably. Oh
So,
no!
Came in this drummer Nichols, I think his name was, who drummed for them on part of this tour because Ringo was too sick to go on the tour, and so yeah, they spent the time instead of making a new track, auditioning a drummer for the tour. So that's why there's only 13 instead of 14.
I'm glad it's just 13. If anything, it should have been 12.
Should have been 12.
Take off when I get home.
Yeah, number 5 for me is "I'll Be Back." I agree with Jacob. It's the only song off of side 2 I have on the top 5. It's the best song on there. Number 4, I have "Tell Me Why." Number 3, "I Should Have Known Better." Number 2, "And I Love Her." And number 1 is "If I Fell."
Oh wow,
Great.
that was good.
Some great.
You know me, if I don't make my top 5 before, I have to
You have to
start
do
at
one.
the top and work my way down.
Oh.
And there's too many good songs for me to have made my top 5 beforehand. I know number 1 is "Can't Buy Me Love." I love that song. Number 2 is "A Hard Day's Night." Number 3 is "If I Fell." Number 4 is "And I Love Her." And I'll go ahead and put what is it? You Can't Do That at number 5.
Okay. My number 5, I'm going to put in "Tell Me Why." Number 4, I'm going to say "If I Fell." That song's amazing. Number 3, I'm going to say "Things We Said Today." Number 2 and number 1 are interchangeable, but right now number 2 is "I'll Be Back." My favorite song on the album is "You Can't Do That." And for a dishonorable mention, I'll say "When I Get Home."
All right. So my top 5. Actually, I'll share my honorable mentions. I got 4 honorable mentions, which are "And I Love Her," "Anytime at All," "I'll Cry Instead," and then the one that was close to making top 5 is "I'll Be Back." That would have been my number 6. But top 5, number 5, "I Should Have Known Better." Number 4, "Tell Me Why." Number 3, "If I Fell." Number 2, "A Hard Day's Night." And then I'm with Scott. My number 1 is "Can't Buy Me Love."
Can't Buy Me Love.
My only dishonorable track, not that it's bad, it's just mediocre. That one song George Harrison sing, "I'm Happy to Dance with You." That's the weakest song on the album.
A little differing, but you two agreed.
All right. Let's rank this bad boy. Jason, what would you rate this album?
Right. Yeah, this is definitely the best album so far out of the first 3 albums, I think. And I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And obviously, the top end is so good. That top 5 is really great. And I didn't even mention "Can't Buy Me Love," "Hard Day's Night." You Can't Do That. Didn't even make it in my top 5, and those are really good songs as well. So obviously, very consistent album all the way through. The only thing that hurts is there's 3 songs on the second side that really drag the album for 3 songs, and then gets good again for the last 2. So that saves that second side. But definitely the first side is just like almost perfect, and then the second side is a little weaker. But yeah, it's still a solid Beatles album.
I would say in 1964, at the time this album was released, that it was the greatest album of all time.
Yeah.
For a very short time.
For a short time.
So I would have given it a 10 out of 10 if it was 1964. Since it's not 1964, and I'm not too keen on "Love Her Till the Cows Come Home" or "I'm Happy Just to Dance with You," this album's going to get a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Cool.
I wanted to give this a 9 out of 10, but like I mentioned before, there's like 4 songs that I think are okay and like a song that I can't stand. So I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
All right. I'm actually with Scott and Jason. I'm also going to give this a 9 out of 10. The only weak spot on this album is the fact that the first half is much stronger, being the soundtrack to the movie. The second half, there's still some good stuff on it, but it just doesn't hold a candle to me to the first half of the album, even though the worst song is the George Harrison song. But it's the best album so far. Big step up from the first 2 albums, mainly because of Lennon and McCartney's songwriting and the musicianship. You could definitely see a growth in the Beatles as a band on this album. Much like, when, well, 3/4 of us reviewed Aftermath over on Nick's channel. If Aftermath was the album where the Rolling Stones became the Stones,
Yeah.
Hard Day's Night is the album where the Beatles became the Beatles.
Very true.
That's a good comparison because like both
Great.
albums was like their first like album with all original material.
Right. Another thing I want to mention on each of the different review series that we're doing on the respective channels, we're now starting to average out our scores on each of the projects. Since we didn't do it on the first two, and I did it, behind the scenes. Please, please me. The average score for the four of us is a 7.5 out of 10, and the average score for With the Beatles is a 5.5 out of 10, mainly because Nick was not too kind on that album.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
wait until we get to the Beatles for sale.
Well,
My
with
score is
the Hard
going to
Day's
really
Night,
drag it down.
with a Hard Day's Night, I added the 4 ratings, divided it by 4, and the average score for a Hard Day's Night, it's actually the highest of the 3, 8.5 out of 10.
What's that 5? Cool.
I think Nick brought it down a little lower with the 8, but still a really good score for the 4 of us. Well, we'll get the Beatles for sale. That's our next Beatles review. We'll probably do Green River next together.
Yeah, Green River.
Between Beatles and CCR right now. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those on the live chat. Any final thoughts on this album before we wrap it up?
I'll be back.
We're all going to look like the Beatles on the front of the Beatles for Sale album cover after the next one.
Yeah.
I guess.
My last thoughts on it. They're getting in a good direction, but sadly they don't keep it there for long.
Nice album of all originals. Let's hope
I
they
guess
keep
that's
doing
what
it.
you get when you're working the Beatles 8 days a week.
Let's make a album with covers again.
All right. Well, we'll get the Beatles for sale soon. That's probably going to be a divisive album, but thank you for watching. Have a good night. And music is art, art's expression. Good night. Thank you, Scott. I'm going to steal